Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here and welcome back to another Destiny video. In fact, another Destiny 2 video of all things. A post went up on Reddit this morning from a user called Atypical Fruit who took a photo of a Bungie developer playing a Destiny 2 test build on his friends list. Now, before I go any further, I am going to state right here, right now, it is very possible to fake these things. It's happened many times in the past. People create these things in Photoshop, they then take an off-screen shot with their phone to make it look like it's a screenshot. So just because this image is here does not mean in any way, shape or form that it's legit. However, the reason I decided to comment on it is because in the past we have seen Bungie developers playing test builds in a retail environment. If you cast your mind way back to before Crimson Days came out, we saw a Bungie developer, I can't remember if it was Lars Bakken or if it was someone else, but there was a Bungie developer playing Crimson Doubles on PS4 in the test build, and someone actually took a screenshot of this, it went on Reddit, and of course a week or so later it did transpire that Crimson Days was in fact a real thing. So the notion of a test build is not outside the realms of possibility, and for a game like Destiny 2, we know full well that they are working on it. Based on the Activision investor call the other day, it is supposedly on track for 2017, and when you are testing a game you have various different sandboxes. Sometimes you'll have like your development sandbox, other times you'll test it in a retail environment. You would think that if it was something as sensitive as this, they would probably hide their activity online. So you do have to ask yourself just why this was so visible, and also, you know, we don't even know if it is necessarily called Destiny 2. However, for the sake of keeping you guys informed, you can make your decision. You can let me know in the comments down below if this is ridiculously fake or whether there is actually potential for this. But either way, let's comment on it anyway. So the image shows a Bungie developer called Evil Otto, whom we do know is a Bungie developer. He, of course, if you look through his profile, has the Bungie emblem as well as a few other things like that. But he is supposedly a Bungie developer. And the image states that he is playing Destiny 2 private test build Deimos story. Now, Deimos, for those of you guys wondering, is one of the two smaller natural satellites of Mars. It's a satellite moon, and it can be seen above Meridian Bay and opposite Phobos. So that's really interesting, because the one thing we have not had anything on in the entirety of Destiny history is an expansion revolving around the Cabal. Now, just because he is on Mars doing a story mission does not mean to say that Destiny 2 focuses around Cabal. I mean, if you think about Destiny Vanilla, we went to all the different planets, and of course in Rise of Iron there's a Mars mission, so had people seen this pre-Rise of Iron, that might have led people to think, oh, maybe it's about Cabal. However, that being said, we haven't had a Cabal raid, we haven't had an expansion heavily focused on the Cabal, so it would be quite interesting to think if we're going to be going and visiting different moons around Mars, maybe there's a chance that Destiny 2 will put a stronger focus on it. There was rumour at one time, pre-Rise of Iron, before we knew it was about the Iron Lords, people thought perhaps it was going to be the Cabal expansion with a Cabal raid. So if that does indeed transpire to be the case, then that could be something to look forward to. Personally, I'd really like to see that because I do really like the Cabal. I think a raid with some phalanxes could be equal parts hilarious and frustrating. But then the other side of me would also kind of hope they just introduce a brand new race, something completely different that we haven't seen before, so that the game becomes wildly different. Anyway, I don't want this video to drag on any longer than it needs to because, as mentioned, there is a very good possibility this could have been faked, but if it is real, then it's definitely interesting to see. Either way, let me know your thoughts down below, but for the time being, thank you for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.